back to What Ifs and Maybes, a podcast about the what ifs of our lives and the maybes of our hearts. So this is your host, Pau.
And Mads and Nina here today.
Woo! Wow, it's been a while since we recorded again.
It has been a while, pal. It's been a couple of days, weeks. I don't know. It's been a while since I saw you guys.
Yeah.
And what do we have for today, pal? What is today's prompt?
Today's prompt is, what if your life was like a video game? How would you play? So Mads, I'm not really a big fan of video games. What video games do you play?
But you play a lot, right? You play more than me nowadays. Not necessarily video games.
Yeah, just like, but right now I only play like one or two. I play cell phone games, not really video game.
You've never played video games before, right? Or
Mm.
played them before?
I just played it recently during the pandemic.
Oh, well, I played them quite a while when I was a kid. I think I played them a lot when I was in first grade, kindergarten to like third grade, I think. And they were kind of like more action packed, violent video games because I had brothers. So I don't think I should choose my video games from those ones. But if I had a video game, I remember this video game we used to have. It's called Jax and Dexter, and I don't know if it's famous here in our country, but we played that quite a ton when we were younger, and I really liked it because it had phases. So I always felt like every level was an adventure. And if my life was a video game, I feel like mine would be an adventure. So I'd choose that, or maybe Mortal Kombat because life's I was gonna say a bad word, but I stopped myself. Life's you can just fill it in with your bad word. Anyway, how about you, Pao? What is your video game?
Recently, during the pandemic, there's like only one game that I play a ton. Like I think I spent more 150 hours on it.
What?
Yeah. It's like just popping a balloon. It's really relaxing for me. So like maybe for a day, I'd spend 3 hours on.
3 hours?
Yeah. So I would mostly play cell phone games.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just like Candy Crush. And for a video game, in Candy Crush, there are like 3 stars, right? And then you can pass with only 2 stars. And I hated like getting 2 stars. I wanted it to be perfect, 3 stars. So like I think that how I play video games, even the video games, not video game, the cell phone game. I think that's a video game too. My cell phone game that I play, I can pass when I have like 2 stars, but I want it 3. And then because my game right now, it's like Time Princess, it's a dress up game and it has different stories. So I have to like have 100% on that one story before I move to another story. So
Mm,
I think how I play the video game reflects
your
how
personality. Mhm.
yeah, because I'm like a perfectionist when I care about something.
Mm-hmm. Oh, keyword when you care about something.
Yeah.
Kind of the opposite
Ki-
with that one. Yeah, I just like to pass through everything until I end the final level very quickly. I wouldn't care if
Mm.
I get like, yeah, I'm a speed gamer, Nina. Like, I'd rather have a higher level and then I just brag about it to other people. Oh, I have higher level than you. But I get what you mean. You were was about to say something, right? Which you forgot, and yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, pal. But we're talking about games. So, like, what's your favorite right now that you can put yourself that, oh, if I want to live in it, that would be that game?
The current game that I'm playing,
The
Time Princess. It's a dress up game. I would love to play dress up, the gowns.
forever, like, dress up forever.
Yeah, and it like it goes to a different world each story.
Oh,
So like the first story is during the time of Marie Antoinette. Then the second was like Aladdin. The third is like Gotham Memoirs was the title. I forgot the time period, but it's a different time period every story. So if I could live there, I would. It's so fun for me.
I get that. I get that. That's nice.
How about you? Where would would you live
Oof.
if you had to live in a video game?
Would I want to live in a video game? I think if you like ask me this question when I was like in high school or elementary school, I give you every single merge quest, adventure quest kind of game like ran online, like RPG games were the love of my life when I was in elementary school. Yeah, I really like adventure quest quite a ton. Yes, Nina, adventure quest. But I really like the fantasy world, and I've always wanted to be the mage or just the one with lots of potions. I don't know. I wanted life to be an adventure. Now that well I'm grown, maybe a less adventure would be more appreciated. Less downs, more ups. But that's not life if it is.
Mm-mm. True, true. But does the adventure game like have level something, level perfect, like these?
Level up based on the quests that you accomplish. So it's really fun, but at the same time, it had no end. So I would be obsessed. Like I'd play it for like 8 hours a day minimum. That's why I kind of don't play games right now because I get obsessed so much with anything I like. Yeah, Nina. I was obsessive, man. It was really bad. That's why my grades would be really just be decent at sometimes. It means I was distracted.
Oh, okay, okay. I wasn't really into games like that. I wanted something that has an ending.
Mhm.
Maybe that's
Yeah,
why.
I like that too. I like those games with endings. But the thing with me would be I would just repeat the game. So like I'll end the game and then I'd repeat it again and again and again, and I'd be frustrated with myself because I just wasted like 2 hours playing the same game. Yeah, I was looking for a happy ending, especially those simulation games. I don't know if you played those, wherein you can be a character and then you can be another character and you get an ending with this character. Yeah, it's fun, but it was also really time consuming. Maybe that's why a lot of like younger people have more accomplished lives than us because
Oh wow. Accomplished in our own way.
I mean, they accomplished more at a younger age, I think, because they didn't play games the way we did, which makes them less cultured, I think. I'm kidding. Oh, Nina, I'm not gonna read that, Manila. I'm not gonna read that. We're gonna get so bashed with that. But I find it really funny that not really funny, I find it really entertaining that you like a game about popping balloons. Like, why? But that's really fun. But at the same time, I feel like I'd be the kind of person who'd be so frustrated with just popping the balloon.
Really, I think it's relaxing
Mm-hmm.
for me. Just like looking at the monkeys popping it. The sound, it's kind of relaxing. Kind of like ASMR.
Oh, okay. So the monkeys pop, or you pop the balloons that the monkeys are holding?
I placed the monkeys and somewhere on the map, then they like pop it.
Oh,
So
I thought you were like making the monkeys fall down. I was gonna say you're very brutal.
that is very brutal.
Okay, so the monkeys. Oh, okay. So you're like
Yeah, you place. Yeah.
like the boss of the monkeys in this game, and you just pop the.
Yeah,
That's really bad
something like
for global warming, pa. I think you should choose another game.
I don't get why it's bad for global warming.
Why people shouldn't ride hot air balloons. It's still in my bucket list, but global warming is real. I'm just
That's why you pop it while it's on the ground, not on when it's like on top. That's why there's global warming when it goes to the
oh.
sea, isn't it? I think so.
Isn't the fact that they're made of like plastic or the material for hot air balloon, isn't that bad already for the environment? Yeah,
Hot air balloon.
they're
I don't know about the
I like it that Nina said that some of them are made from magic and metal
yeah.
and magic.
Mm.
I like the
That's
yeah, I like that.
the monkeys have like magic and something.
But you're a video game kind of girl, or do you play games outside the video game, like Spectrum?
I don't really play video games.
I
Just
mean,
cell phone games.
yeah, other video games or like, mobile games. Do you play?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I love card games and board games.
Oh, yeah.
Ma, yeah. My family would like have a night. Well, it was before it was like once a month, but due to the pandemic, it became often. So we would play card games and board games.
I'm sorry, I asked you that question when we always play board game, and I don't know why. I think it's just a lapse of judgment. I'm sorry.
You were not okay. What board games do you like playing?
Nina said that she wants to play Monopoly, but that's the one game that I never played. I'm so sorry. I have never played Monopoly.
Well,
I think it's because it's very complex and I just didn't want to learn all of those rules. But I played a lot of memory games. I played a lot of chess. I played chess. I did competitive chess, competitive Scrabble, competitive. I liked Sumka a lot and
okay.
I really like games. I'm competitive with games. But when I was younger, no one really played games aside from the boys in class. So during recess, I wouldn't eat recess because I'd rather just play chess. So we'd play like 15-minute chess games with the boys in class. It's fun. It was fun. I haven't played recently. I played with a batchmate of ours recently, and I lost. It's a guy batchmate. I lost the chess game because people were calling me while we were having online chess. Yeah, Nina, that guy. Yeah, he's been playing like 10 hours of chess each day this week.
Really? I
Yeah,
never knew that he was a chess player.
he just got into the habit and he's playing it the whole week. And my last game was like last year and I only played like twice. So of course I lost. But at the same time, I can't believe how much dedication he currently has with the chess game. I think he's obsessed at the moment. But no judgment. I was also at the time. But that's a segue. I'm a fan of physical games, by the way. I only like, we had this PE class called handball. I liked that one. It was very aggressive. I liked it a lot. I liked aggressive physical sports games, but I don't like badminton or volleyball. I'm sorry, anything with a net because I can't see. I can't see when people have their turn and you're supposed to catch it or give it back. Yeah, eyesight problems, man. It's not fun with sports. But that's me. How about you, Pao?
I don't really like watching sports. I like anime involving sports, but I don't as in only by myself. I won't watch it. But if someone invited me to watch it, I would, but it's not my cup of tea.
So you've never watched any sports game?
I have.
I mean,
I
on your
have.
like for your own leisure.
No, I don't really like. But I watch anime, sports anime,
The same, yeah.
but it's because of the
The topic, right? The topic. Oh, I'm sorry. I watched a lot, which is something that people don't expect. But I watched every Manny Pacquiao game. I'm so sorry. My dad was a fan, so I watched everything.
I've
Yeah.
never really watched
Really?
any of his games. Yeah. My family would go out when it's his match because there's no one in the mall during his match.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where we would like go watch a movie, go grocery shopping since there's no one
Oh,
in
our
the line.
I get that. Our family becomes a Manny Pacquiao fan site whenever it's his match. Oh, I also watch a lot of billiard games. Like I like those. And on my own, I really like baseball. I'm a fan of LA Angels, but that's really random. But that's the prompt, right? Do you want to add anything more, Pao?
Like the video games that we play, I think that has like a big, it shows the differences in our personality. Since I like dress up games, just the relaxing mood, I think that reflects my personality and how I play the game. That I want it to be like a 3 stars, perfect before I can move on to another.
Yeah, you're like a type A personality with that. With that.
That's kind of weird because I'm type O.
Really? It's like you're type A. What is type O? Actually, I'm not good with those. I'm type A, but I do prefer the adventure game style, and I prefer finishing stuff first rather than finishing them perfectly. I mean, with quality, of course, but yeah, I think I'm kind of chaotic. I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle of everything, but that's fun, right? Oh, that's a fun topic to have. That's life with video games. I think though that our choices do reflect our personalities, even with video games, right?
So that's the end of our prompt for today. See you again next Friday. Hoping that your regrets be small and wishes stay strong. This has been your host, Pao.
And Matt and Nina signing out. Bye, guys.
Bye!